Hi there, I'm Holly McDonald with the Costa Mesa Pod, where we discuss all things concerning the lifestyle, businesses, and activities that make Costa Mesa such a great place to live. Today I'm with Daria, and she is coming to us from Laura's House, which is a great organization. They are focused here in Orange County, and I'm going to let Daria tell us a little bit more about who she is and what she does. So Daria, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me on the podcast today, Holly. I really appreciate it. And my role at Laura's House, so I am the marketing and communication specialist at Laura's House. And what that means is I oversee all of our newsletters, communications, making sure that everyone has information on the different programs and services that we offer. And I work on our social media posts and just letting everyone know that we are here for them. And then we also do a lot of things centered around our volunteer programs and events. And I'm very fortunate to be the role that I'm in. And I love helping out in any way that I can to let everyone know that we're here for them.
Yes, and I think this is a question that I probably should have started off with, but tell us what Laura's House is, what it does.
Absolutely. So Laura's House is a domestic violence shelter in Orange County. And while we are in Orange County, we do serve, the community. And then our programs, it actually started from a story based on a woman named Laura. And so Laura, she actually passed away due to the hands of her abuser. She had a respiratory arrest due to what happened because of the impact of that, or because of what had happened or how she was abused. And so the community kind of came together one night and they decided that they wanted to start Laura's House. And there was an overwhelming amount of response after they heard her story. And so 1994, that's how Laura's House came about. And then we originally started as a 24-hour crisis hotline, and that hotline number, if you want to reach out, it's on our website, but it's 866-498-1511. And we also have a 45-day shelter where abused men, women, and children can come in. And so a lot of times, with that, people come with the clothes in their back when they're in that situation and they don't have anything. For us, what we do is we provide welcome baskets when they come in. And so there's journals, there's cute little drawings, a bunch of little things in that basket. And then we also have a transitional living center. So that is after the 45 days in the shelter, and that is from 6 to 12 months. And that's just to get their feet going and help them out, and also help them out with housing for a little bit after they've been in the shelter. And then we also offer therapy. And one thing that we do that's really interesting is we have EMDR therapy. And so this is conducted with our trained therapist. So what they do is they have a light bar to help clients focus on basically the traumatic events or experiences that they've had. So when you have traumatic events, that's stored in your brain as if it's happened yesterday. So then with EMDR, what it does, the light, it helps them kind of archive it or store it into a place where they no longer feel like they are in the present moment with that. And then with our other services, we also have life skills and parenting education. So it's these programs help equip people to essentially build strong families. And then we have legal advocacy. So we have legal advocates that help. So if somebody needs help with filing a restraining order, they're there to help with that. And then with our legal advocacy, it's interesting because I did a partnership a while ago and they had essential oils. And so our legal advocates gave the essential oils to the clients so they could, relax and feel less anxious before they went to the courtroom. So that was a really exciting partnership. We also have case management, which helps with housing if they need help with that. And then we offer on-site childcare too. And then we have, in addition to the residential services and therapy, we have our education program, and it's called HOPE. And that stands for Healing Through Prevention, or Healing Through Outreach, Prevention, and Education. And so what we do with that program is we go into the universities, schools, high schools, and we talk to students as young as the age of 12 about what the red flags are in a relationship and like what the green flags are. Because the thing is, I mean, a lot of times with domestic violence, it's the signs aren't, I mean, the physical abuse at least isn't always there, the signs of that in the beginning. Like someone isn't just going to punch you in the face, maybe the first time they meet you. So what we do is that we show them what the early signs are and what to look out for that. And then we offer a lot of different workshops. Like the education program has a how to help workshop. So that one is more so about how to help someone if they're in that situation and what tools or like what can you say to somebody or how can you help someone or how, you know, if you're listening to that workshop yourself, somebody may be in that situation too. So that's what that one is. And then we also have our 40-hour state domestic violence advocacy training. And we have a lot of guest speakers that come to this one. And we touched on topics like the different types of abuse. We have a lot of guest speakers. We also have a lot of our education team. They share their stories as well sometimes. So we're really grateful for the people that come on to that, you know, come on to the domestic violence advocacy training to speak. And then we also actually, our education team did a study back in 2018 and with Chapman University that they mentioned that 2 out of 3 students are impacted by teen dating violence, which is, it's a lot. Yeah. So it really, for us, it's like, we're just here to help in any way that we can. And and for us, it's like, we want people to see the signs, but we also want them to become ambassadors and to let people know what these signs are and what to look out for as well.
And I've seen a lot more on social media lately too. So you guys have like a shop or of some sort, is that right?
Yes. So we have 2 resale stores. We have one in Lake Forest, and shout out to the managers in Lake Forest and San Juan Capistrano. And we have amazing store finds in there. Like there are so many things you can find in there from Michael Kors. I mean, there's so many designer items sometimes. Like I love shopping in there too. But what's great about our resale stores is that, you know, we have such a huge, first of all, we have a lot of supporters that love to go into the stores, but our resale store team, I mean, they're very hardworking. They do such a great job. And the proceeds from those sales actually go towards the programs and services towards our shelter. And then we have little fun stuff in there, like some fun promotions sometimes that it's really exciting, like Denim Day or just unique things throughout the holidays. But we are, can I announce this for the exciting events? But we do have actually, surprising, I just heard this, but we have a 3rd store opening in Costa Mesa. So for all of you listening in Costa Mesa, we are going to be coming in the spring, which is really exciting.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Yeah, so I will definitely let you, I mean, I'll, after the podcast or at the end, but I'll share the information on where to find out more on the exact date we'll be opening. But yeah, it's going to be a great thing for us because we've been wanting to open at Costa Mesa for a very long time.
Yeah, and so I guess that kind of brings me to my next question, which is about like how the community can help, like lend a hand and support more in the Laura's House efforts. So what can people do?
Sure. So there are many different ways to get involved. The first is obviously donations, like donating once if you want to be a recurring donor. And then we also have like special events. So that would be a way to come. You may participate for that, or, you know, sponsoring. And then also a huge shout out to our volunteers. I want to give a shout out to them and thank them. But volunteering is another thing. So there's many different ways. Like if you want to roll up your sleeves and volunteer at our donation center, we have team building. So we've had a lot of corporations and groups come in and churches just working in our donation center, sifting through donations. And then, of course, at our resale stores in Lake Forest and San Juan Capistrano, that's an option as well. But we have many different volunteering opportunities. And we also have event volunteering, which is super fun because you get to see like our presentations and what we do. And then we also have our social media internships. We have a resale store internship.
That's all. I mean, I feel like there would be so many people that would be interested in just having that exposure, and then it's also like doing something good for the community as well. So it's a win-win on so many levels. Yeah,
it's very exciting and it's very rewarding for me. I think It's really exciting for us to see like the growth, especially when they leave. A lot of times our interns, volunteers actually, they either work with or just seeing them in the next step is like, it's such a joy to see because they have the passion for the mission as well.
So I guess I have a couple of different questions about contacting you guys and whatnot. So first of all, if somebody is in a situation where they might need the help and support of Laura's house, if they're in a violent relationship or whatnot, how do they get in touch?
Yes. So if you are in an urgent situation, please call our hotline. So that's 866-498-1511. But if you ever need any resources, like just non-residential or general counseling, we do have a separate number. And then to reach us, you can visit laurashouse.org or follow us on at Laura's House OC. And we have somebody that can, if you reach out to us, we can direct you to the crisis number, or if you have any questions about getting involved with our events or volunteering, you can also send us a direct message.
And then as far as like, I guess it's probably similar, but if you're somebody that just wants to lend a hand or come to the stores or come to the events or whatnot, how can they find out more about that?
Sure. So on our website on laurashouse.org, there should be a volunteer button. And then once you get approved, you are eligible to volunteer.
I have a feeling there are going to be a lot of people in the Costa Mesa area that want to help out and come to some of the events and all of that. So the shop opening is very, very exciting. And so do people just bring stuff, like donate stuff for the stores, or how does that work?
So for donations, we do accept gently used or new clothing, and then we do have donation center hours as long as it fits in within the time frame of the hours that they're in the stores. Anyone, we accept gently used clothes and new ones, and we accept donations at our donation center in Aliso Viejo as well. So either way, that's how the process of donating works.
Do you know the location yet, or is that still to be announced later?
That is still to be announced. I know we are so close. I spoke with my colleague. We are so close, and she knows that I was going to be on here. And she's like, I almost have the information. I will let you know, but just let them know that we're coming. We're going to be Costa Mesa. It's going to be great. We're going to have a lot of exciting announcements. So I'm very excited. I can't wait to let you all know about it.
So everybody needs to go follow Laura's House on Instagram so you can see those announcements. By the time this airs, who knows, it might have already been announced, and I'll make sure to include that information if it has been. But Daria, thank you so much for sharing some information about such a worthwhile organization that is doing so much to help, people who really need it. Okay, so do you want to share any information about some of the programs?
Sure. So we offer a lot of programs at Laura's House. So we originally started with a 24-hour crisis hotline, and that quickly made a positive impact. And you can reach the 24-hour crisis hotline at 866-498-1511. It's also on our website when you go to laurashouse.org. And then we also have our 45-day shelter. So a lot of times with this one, people who are in a domestic violence situation, like they only come with the clothes in their backs. So we provide them with a welcome basket, and it has like a journal and just positive messages in there. And it's for the 45 days shelter is for men, women, and children. So it's available to everyone. And then we have our transitional housing, which is from 6 to 12 months. And just to give, residents or people who are in that situation some time to get their independence back. And then we also offer something which is interesting. We have EMDR, and these therapies offer to help people who've experienced traumatic events, and it's with our EMDR trained therapist. So we use a light bar to help guide the process, and then essentially the therapist will ask the client to focus on the light during this. And then so a lot of times when we experience traumatic events, it's in our brain as if it was yesterday. So what this does is it archives it, stores in a part of our brain where we don't feel like we've experienced it since it was yesterday. And I'm no scientist, but this is so amazing to me in the way that this works. So EMDR is one of the amazing things we offer. And then we also have life skills and parenting education. So this one, the program for this, it helps some families build stronger families and just help them equip themselves for a stronger life. And then we also have legal advocacy, which is if, let's say, you are looking to file a restraining order and need help with that, then our legal advocates will help you with that. And I actually did a partnership with essential oil company like a couple years ago, and they've donated to us many times for the clients. But our legal advocates gave our clients the essential oils, and then to, just help them prepare for the court day and with the anxiety, and the essential oil actually helped them with that. So we do partnerships around the area. And if anybody is interested in partnering with us in that regard, let us know. We're always looking to do that. And then we have our case management. And then we have our education program. So this is HOPE, and that stands for Healing Through Outreach, Prevention, and Education. And we also have our HEART program, which goes into youth and teen dating violence. And so we actually did a study with Chapman University. The study was that 2 out of 3 teens are affected by teen dating violence in Orange County, which is huge. And then we go into schools. When we go into schools, we see people that are experiencing domestic violence at the age of 12, as young as that age. So our education team really provides the tools on what to look for in a relationship. What are the red flags? What are the green flags? And then what does trust look like? What does safety look like? And for this, we want people to help them, but we also want them to become good ambassadors as well. And then our team, we also offer a lot of free workshops. We have DV 101, depending on the year, the time of the month, but we have a How to Help series, which is amazing. And this is, let's say you have a friend or a family member, someone you know, who is in a domestic violence situation. How do you navigate that, and how do you help them? So our team will help during the Zoom call. It's almost 2 hours, 1.5 hours. They will go over the steps. And then in that call, we also talk about the different types of abuse, like emotional, physical, spiritual, and so on. And then we also have our domestic violence advocacy training. This is a 40-hour training, which is, it's really great. I think for me, before I even came to Laura's house, I knew about abuse and domestic violence, but this training really helped me understand what it was. And it's just really great because we touch on, elder abuse. Not that the situation's great, but we touch on elder abuse, the different types of abuse. We have guest speakers that come to this training. So we have in person, we offer it virtual depending on the month. And when the person graduates from the program, they get a certificate. And so 40-hour DVAT, if you follow us on social media, we will let you know when the next one is. And then those are all of the programs that we have at Laura's house.
Do you find that people typically bring themselves to Laura's house, looking for support, or are people directed there, or is it a combination of the two?
I think it's a combination of the two. We had somebody that I guess they had reached out. I don't know if it was an online forum, but they'd mentioned that Laura's house was mentioned over 100 times. And so they were recommended because they were looking for someone. But I would say it's 50-50. Sometimes we'll have people that reach out, and then sometimes it's a referral.
Yeah. I mean, I think so much of, when people are going through these issues, they don't even know where to turn. So I guess just having all of these programs and all of this exposure, essentially, so that people do know how to find you and what you provide is so key. And speaking of which, I know you guys have some events. So what can you share about the events that you guys do?
Yes, so we have 3 exciting events. These are our annual events, and we actually have our 10th annual Brighter Futures Luncheon coming up. So this is going to be a spring tea elevated event. It's going to be upscale at the Balboa Bay Resort, and we're going to have lots of, just speakers and influencers, corporations. So it's a really great day to come and celebrate. And the program, we have some things that we're figuring out with the program, but we're going to have a topic about AI and teen dating violence. We have our golf tournament, which is going to be on June 20th. And so if you're a golfer and you like to tee for a cause, definitely come, because that's a great day. For that, we have our auction and more details to come, but that one is fun as well. Even if you're not a golfer, we have a reception part of the program, which is always a great time. And then we have our annual gala, and we're also finalizing details for that, but stay tuned, mark your calendars. We will definitely have a registration link soon. And then all of these events, the proceeds from them go towards our clients and the programs and services at our shelter.
Are you guys still looking for sponsors for any of these, or are those all locked in?
Oh, we are always looking for sponsors, and we have different sponsor levels. We also have media sponsors if anyone is interested in that too. So we will highlight your company on a sponsor board, have it in marketing. So let us know if you'd like to come to one of these events, or all of them, all three of them.
Definitely. So people can go to your social media, go to your website, and get more information on that.
Yes. Yes. So for that one, yes, if you would like to attend any of the events, visit laurashouse.org. And then we also link it on our Instagram at Laura's House OC, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, I will be in touch. You have a great weekend.
Thank you, Holly. You too. Bye.
Bye.